it's Cindy and welcome to Tuesday 10. I am so happy to be here, just kind of relaxing for a Tuesday 10. Not going to stress. I've had kind of a long week. I'll get into that later. But anyways, I have my 10 things here. If you're new to Tuesday 10, you can learn more down below in the description box. Essentially, I grabbed 10 things out of a bin of hoarded papers that I have in a basket behind my desk, and we keep going until I use it all up. So today I have this beautiful piece of paper that is from one of my local paper shops. It's made locally, and I've had it in my bin for some reason. I don't even know how it got in there. This is a digital printed out that I never used, and I'm looking at it thinking it's probably from Amity Bloom, just the general feel of it. This is a magazine page. This is a watercolor palette swatch on watercolor paper. This is just a picture of a thistle. I think this is from one of my Journal Together kits from a while ago. This is from a Happy Meal, the Miraculous, from my kids. And I thought I could use this for something. It's kind of cool. This is another digital, no name on it, but it's from someone with bees and florals. This is a collage board that I've had around a while. This is from a book I got from my work. It is for our horrible, agile work stuff that we do that is not good. And then this is a page from an old Journal Together kit of mine from quite some time ago. If you're wondering what I'm talking about when I say Journal Together kit, it is a monthly kit that I give to all of my Patreon tiers, all of the paid tiers. I give about usually about 18 pages of fun, eclectic digital ephemera for the first of the month, every month. So if you're one of my Patreons, you may recognize this page, and if you're not one of my Patreons and you're interested in such a fun kit, check out my Patreon. It is linked down below in the description box. There's all sorts of fun things that I do there. So that being said, let's get started. So I want to kind of start simple today with a book page. So why am I a little frazzled? Okay, let me tell you, okay? I don't even know when, I was mentioning I'm not feeling so good. There's been a stomach virus. It's kind of hit my family, blah, blah, blah. So what I've noticed is there's this whole thing about the more people you have in your house, the more opportunities, right, for illnesses to occur. And the longer they work their way through the ecosystem of your home. So I am telling you this because I am just very tired of feeling crummy bummy. So it all started with patient zero, my daughter. She's typical patient zero because she goes to school. So even though she masks at school, these things they happen, and you can't protect kids from all germs, right? And the whole thing with little people is that, they get sick more than adults because they're building their immune systems. So the good times for the parents, right? So it started with her, and it was a stomach virus, and that's what it was. And I thought, okay, pretty standard, although it did last about a week, not like a typical 24, 48 hour kind of stomach virus. And, I had a doctor's appointment anyhow, so I'd mentioned it to my doctor, and she said, yeah, whatever's going around is it's sticking around a bit. So, it's typical, don't worry. So I'm like, okay, so fine. So then she was getting over it. I'm just making a base, if you're wondering. I'm using book page as the base for whatever I'm making here. I'm thinking about making folio flippy kind of things today. So she was over it pretty much. And then my husband got it. And so for several days, he was nauseous and had stomach virus. Thankfully not throwing up, but all the other fun things that come with stomach virus. And so I had to kind of do double duty, one parent is down, you've got to make up for work, right? So, fine. Excuse me. So then My son's totally fine. He's like a little never get sick type person. He just never gets sick. It's really interesting. Do I have anything I can use as a background for this? I don't see that I do. Okay, so I want to cover this with paper, and I'm going to use scraps. These are all things that I want to use in the projects, so I'm going to just start a little different with a bit of scraps. So, let me just grab some scraps here. So, like, my son was fine, and then all of a sudden this is week 2. Okay, so week 1 is my daughter, week 2 is my husband. And then as we were reaching the end of week 2, my husband was still a little woozy, but not too bad. So he was like going back to work. Like, my daughter missed 3 days of school. He missed several days of work because he just felt really crummy. So then we're going upstairs because the kids were going to have baths, and we each do one kid's bath usually around the same time, because we try to organize our lives in a way that, like, you know, get as much done at a time as you can. So I do one bath, he does the other bath, and then we all go do something. So so as we're going up the stairs, you know, my son is 4, and interestingly enough, he's never ever had a stomach ailment before. So he just is going upstairs, and all of a sudden it was like The Exorcist or something. He just starts like projectile vomiting on the stairwell. So then, you know, we're like comforting him and, you know, getting him into the washroom, and I'm tending to him and, you know, getting all the clothes off and comforting him and cleaning him up. And, you know, he seemed to feel completely better after it happened. Like, he was totally fine. He seemed totally normal, and that happened. And then he got like a fever after all of that started. So it was like, okay, so now he has the stomach virus. Okay, great. Round 3. So like week 3, round 3, he basically slept the whole time, as he usually does. That's his kind of way of powering through things, I find. My son, like, when he's sick, he just sleeps through everything, which is great. I wish I could do that. So then he gets over it, and I'm like, yes, we're all good, yay. So I'm like, I dodged this. This is awesome. You know, like, all of my hand washing and my mask wearing and my avoidance of like mixing people together when they're sick as much as possible has served me well. Then we went out for dinner, like, well, not for dinner, but we got dinner and we ate it outside because we don't do restaurants. That's just us. We're weirdos still. So, I'm going to put a piece of tape there for the fun. I like the kind of sort of officey look to this. It's kind of cool. So then, I was going to bed after that dinner. We had a chicken for dinner, and like chicken and salad, you know, and so, you know, nothing outrageous in any way. So then I woke up at like, I don't know, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, no, that chicken, it was bad. Like, it's like I totally thought I ate something bad. It had to have been that chicken. But like, everybody else ate the same chicken and salad, and nobody else was sick. And then I realized, like, oh, no, it's the stomach virus. So like a week, like I dodged it for 3 weeks, and everybody was fine. And then it came for me and it won. I was so mad. So for 2 days, I felt like absolute crapola. Well, like the first night, like you know, all the bad things happened. And then in the day after, I basically slept all day. I did what my son does. Like, I'm just going to be inspired by him, and I'm going to sleep all day. So that was fine. It was like Friday. I took the day off work, slept all day. This is too thick, but I would love to use it. I need another thin piece of paper. Hold on. Maybe I'll use this, actually. This is a sneak peek at something. It's actually something I'm doing for my Patreons. But anyways, so I took the day off work. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to have to recover. And I did that. And I was fine. The next day, I slept all day. Like, I was like, okay. Then I had no more nausea. I was like, great. But then, like, I went out for a walk, had a nice long walk with my family. Didn't push myself, but I felt like, okay, I'm getting better. And then that was the whole day. Like, it was great. And then I went to bed and I woke up again at 3 a.m. And I'm like, what's going on? I'm nauseous again. And like my fever came back and so like I totally was not okay. And then had to rest again. I thankfully had, you know, a good Saturday, but a crappy Sunday. So I spent my crappy Sunday being crappy. And then today I just feel run down and tired, but like I also seem to have this like kind of respiratory thing going on. So I thought, okay, could this be the dreaded COVID? And it isn't. I have tested several tests, 2 different kinds of tests, and it's not. Like, I actually have tested everybody in my family multiple times throughout this whole thing because I thought, like, you know, kids, when they get the dreaded, a lot of times it's respiratory symptoms that they get. It's just how a lot of kids, like, process. But it's not. So, I don't know. I just feel like there's so much more to catch these days. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I never had kids before. Maybe this is totally like, I know a lot of people tell me that like when you have children, you spend the first few years of your life just like sick. And I always like joked and laughed about it, but like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, is this abnormal? Okay, so I know I've done all this and I haven't touched a single Tuesday 10 scrap yet. I know, I hear you. You're like, what is she even doing? Okay, I'm ready to now though, because now I've got a base for what I want to build. I don't know why I want to do this, but I just do today. It's just the mood I'm in. Okay, so let's start building a weird folio here. Why do I have a line there? Is that folded? Was that the fold before? Yeah, it was. Okay, hold on. Let me fix this. I need a bone folder. There we go. Let's reestablish and flatten. Make it neat and tidy again. Okay, then I think I want to clip off this bit. I just don't need all that. Okay. Then I want to round the edges, but maybe I'll wait. Actually, no, I'll do it now. Let's round edges. And then I can start to build this fun little folio. So yeah, it's just been such a weird few days. I'm not used to being so unproductive. And then today I was like, okay, well, at least I feel like a little better. And I worked, I did stuff, I got stuff done. And then I thought, I'm going to film my color cube video. Yay, that's relaxing. Well, as it turns out, my mic decided to do annoying things that it does sometimes, and it didn't record the sound. So then I'm like, now I gotta do a voiceover. Why is everything so hard? What have I done to the world that everything is so hard right now? Okay, I need a folder or some backing paper because I want to use these little guys first. So now we're going to get into the pocket building. So yeah, tell me, like, for those of you who have had children in your homes, like young children, did you just spend like years being sick? Like almost all the time somebody was sick? Because I'm starting to like think I'm alone or something. I don't know. Here we go. And then I'm like trying to film my voiceover, and I didn't want to speed the video up because it was only like a 20-minute video, and so my voiceover was kind of like had these long pauses in it. because you're never as chatty doing a voiceover as when you do your original video, which is why most voiceover videos are sped up, because you'll find that, like, if you've already filmed something, especially if you talked during it and you've got to revoice it, you're not going to say half the things that you were saying because you don't go off on a tangent. You're trying to be like paying attention to whatever the video is presenting, and so you're just like being very relevant. But when you're just being relevant, you're not taking up as much time as when you're, you know, chitter chattering on like in a normal kind of making video. So yeah. But it's okay. You guys will forgive me if some of my videos are a little kooky at times, right? You'll forgive me. This needs to fit here, and it does. Okay, that's good. Now where's my, here it is, my glue. So this is going to go here as a little pocket. Centered. Perfect. Then I need to ink the edges of this for sure, but I'm not going to do that quite yet, because I want to put, what do I want to do right there? Let me think. Yeah, this. I'm going to hide that wrinkle because it's bothering me with this little washi strip. So not too much else is gone on. My daughter had beavers this evening, and they're doing this funny like winter survivalism kind of course. And so they're doing like a funny Sasquatch hunt kind of thing, but it's actually like an animal tracking, like winter animal tracking kind of exercise where they look for prints, but they talk about like Sasquatch and that kind of thing. And it's really cute. The kids get like such a laugh out of, you know, thinking about a Sasquatch. I'm going to cut that off. I thought it would be a good fold over, but not on that round corner, I don't think. That's a tricky cut. I got to bring it up high. Sorry. There we go. Okay. So then, she went on a nice little hike tonight and had fun with her friends. And then, what else? I've been like in the, you know, typical, lots of kids stuff going on, kids classes and things. And my son is going to be starting his school program soon. So like I was saying to my husband, you know, like now we're going to have two of them going to some kind of out of the house kind of school program now. And that's going to double our chances to get sick. So sad. And the weather has been, I mean, beautiful. It's like spring, although I face it with trepidation every day, because I'm like, I want to enjoy this beautiful weather, but I'm also like, this is climate change, guys. This is climate change, and it doesn't really give me a lot of hope for how things are going, because I'm really concerned about the growing season and the moisture or lack thereof. Also, I'm a little bit behind this week on answering Instagram messages and things like that. I do apologize if I owe you a message. I've just been a little bit dealing with some stuff, and now you know why. So I do apologize if I owe you an answer to something and I haven't gotten back to you. It's gonna happen, I promise. It's just been it's been a day. All right, we'll do something different on the outside. Let's go with some of this stuff. Let's try to cut that. in a way that looks kind of cool, maybe. What's the width of this? Let me see. Get that on. I won't keep that steno kind of thing on the edge. Cut that off. And just straighten the top out a bit, maybe. And that's got to go to here. Okay. Well, around the corners. So yeah, I'm just kind of building a fun little folio. I also have had some questions about if I ever sell my ephemera. So rarely, as it stands, do I sell my ephemera because I end up putting it in journals. Excuse me. So a lot of the times people probably are, you know, I've had a lot of people ask me, like, what do you do with all the ephemera that you make during Tuesday 10 or during other things? So I use it. I use it in the journals that I sell. I use it in, you know, greetings that I send. Like whenever I sell anything out of my shop, usually, well, not usually, always, you will get something from me that's like a little, you know, a thank you. So that being said, I haven't really had much opportunity to sell ephemera because I use it all. But I have had this kind of hankering to want to sell, like, mainly because I want to make them. It's not really just about selling them, but I want to make ephemera folio folders. And I have this idea that I think I'm going to give a try maybe next week, maybe this week if I can get to it. We'll see. We'll see how things go in the wondrous land of my life. This I want. I've been really using these ink inks lately. I like completely love them, and I've just had them sitting in a stack on my desk, and it just gives me the opportunity to like use more colors of ink more frequently, and I love that. You know, because they're the best ink at being able to like just do this with the ink pad. Like you can't do that with a distress, you know, Ranger pad. They're not as soft as the sponge on these, but I don't think you can get these anymore. That's the unfortunate part. I think I'll put that on this side. Yeah, so we'll glue that down. That'll be like a little flippy bit. Okay, right there. Then maybe I'll use a little piece of this for a little pocket at the bottom. Right there. Yeah. Around the corners on the bottom. Cut that little extra off the bottom there. And then my hole punch. Every time I use this thing, it shoots the paper down my shirt. Just so you know. That's what's going on here. Every time. The green. And I think where the weather is so mild, we've had there's no snow. There hasn't been snow in ages. So I think I'm going to start doing some neighborhood cleanups with my daughter. She's working towards this this goal to do some environmentalism stuff for beavers and she can get a badge and all that. I mean, that's just kind of the cherry on top, but really it's just about doing some cleanup in the neighborhood. So I think we'll start doing that. I feel like I haven't been outside enough because I've just been like in the house dealing with this stuff I've been dealing with. So I need to get out. I start to feel really like, what's the word? Like cabin fever or something when I don't get outside. Okay, I'm gonna cut this off the bottom. I feel like I'm spending way too much time on this folio today, but it's also like I need to just do something peaceful like this maybe. I don't know. That's not the piece for there. What would I want to put right here to cover that up? That would look nice. Maybe like a scrap or washi tape. Well, I have this cool scrap of ledger and I used it on the inside, so it might be kind of nice to like use some on this side too. But it's just going to need to be a little thinner, so I just want to take like a line of it. Yeah. Just want to cover up that white paper. Okay. Can that fold over? No, let's not fold that over. So we'll cut it off at the top here. Let's cut that corner again. There we go. And then I've got this little bit here. Maybe we'll glue that somewhere else on the piece just to use it up. Maybe over here. All right. So there's that. Now let's make something to go into this pocket. And I think I want to make a tag. Do I need my big, I think I need my big cutter. Hold on. Gonna move my corner rounder out of the way. So that can be, I think, about this wide. Like that. Yep, okay. And then how long? Probably there. Keep that scrap. Cut the corners. Then I need black. Where is my black soot thing? Here it is. Okay. Just want to ink the edges of this to outline it. Here we go. Bone folder can go away. We don't need it. And then this can go in here. It's fun. Okay, so that is done, and then the front of this. Let's do this. We'll cut that out. Wrong side. I want to round the corners on this. And then just glue that on. Use it up, and it will also kind of bring a little continuity to the piece. Okay. And then we have the inside to do if we need something for in here and in here. This I'm going to leave, and this, I'm not sure yet. So why don't we make, do you have anything else that would go? Maybe this. I could make something with that. That could be either just a simple piece of stationery, or actually, yeah, I like it for in here. The colors really go well. So like, I think what I'll do is I'm just going to cut it out. And I'm not even going to back it. I'm just going to ink the back. And then fold it, and it will be really cute in there, like a little piece of stationery. Like I've said before, not everything you do has to be like outrageously complicated, right? Even though the folio itself is a little more complicated. Maybe the reason why sometimes you can include something that's just a nice simple piece of paper. So we'll give that a fold. And that can be our little add-in for here. Very cute. Then we need something for here. And then I think I also want to put like a little pocket on each side of here. We'll see. This. Let me see. Can I do anything with this? I can obviously do something with it, but let's pull it out of here. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I'm going to be doing a little bit of coughing for the next 2 days because that's just how it's going. Yeah, that could be cool. All right, let's take this little brick kind of thing, and that's going to be a pocket that goes from here to here. Okay, roughly. And then can I trim? No, I'll trim the pocket to the folio. Okay, so let's just line this up. And then I'll clip the excess off. There we go. Side one. Okay. Can I get one more out of there? Or like some kind of a cute little... Oh, that could be a cool shape. Will that work? I think so. Let's try to draw that out. Where's my pencil? So there's a line coming here, so it would be basically to there. And over here, that can go like that. Yeah, and then we'll just cut the excess. So let me cut this off. Yep. Let's back that to that maybe. And then we'll cut the excess paper. That little corner. Yeah, that's fun. Just going to round those corners ever so slightly. Just because it will go with the rest of the rounded corners. I think making little folios like this is just so relaxing. It's great. You can just play with things and like take your time. I'm going to use this golden hour. It's a bit of text right here. Okay. Fun. Then, I'm also going to use this. See, I am using Tuesday 10 things now. I am getting it done. We're getting there. The stuff that I picked today was kind of like little fiddly kind of bits and bobs, like things that I think I need to use on a bunch of different projects, or like use a bunch of little bits and bobs on the project. So I'm trying to like figure out how to do that. And as you know, those of you who've been here a while, you know that Tuesday 10 videos are like no plan. We're just gonna go for it and see what happens. Okay. Just a little label here. Yeah, that brings it together. Now let's make something for in here. I was trying to decide if maybe I might use these two bees as the ephemera I put on either side here. I think that would be really cute. So I'm just going to use the guide that this person has given me. I wish I could remember whose digital this was, but it's been in my bin for ages, so I do not know. But it's fun. I know ages ago I planned to do a bee journal because I have a really gorgeous bee book, but it has fallen by the wayside. I've just, other projects have queued in front of it. I always have all these projects happening that one beckons louder than the other, and then it changes what I'm going to work on. And you know, you just have to go with like what inspires you. Like, I think just like, it's like reading books, right? Like, don't force yourself to finish a book that's no fun. Life is too short. I used to be the opposite of that. I used to be like, nope, I'm a completist. I have to finish reading this book. I started it. I need to, you know, learn whatever the author was trying to get at here. But like with anything, no, there are just authors and stories that are not going to appeal to you, and that's okay. So like, don't force yourself to finish. You don't need to. Because like, I look at my library and I always think about that whole stash enhancement, you know, or stash acquisition beyond life expectancy. A term that I learned years ago on Ravelry. Sable, we called it stash acquisition beyond life expectancy. And I think that all the time about my books. Like, will I read all these books in my lifetime? And I hope that one day, if I ever get to retire, that the answer is yes, that I will be able to do that. But then maybe I'll just be like too excited to do other things. Like maybe I want to do lots of art. Maybe I want to travel. Maybe I'll have grandchildren. Who knows? It's all a lot to think about right now. But yeah, sometimes I look at my stuff and I'm like, will I use all this? I'm trying to like think that way these days when I'm shopping or when I'm, you know, buying something. I've been pretty good lately in that, like, I think most of what I've thrifted or got is like for a project. So like I've got projects that are going to happen in this year that I'm going to finish. Okay, so those are full. That's good. Now, do I have anything else that I could use just as is? Maybe a tag here. Make a tag with this and we'll use a floral focal point from that. So let's cut a piece of this off. I love the edge of that anyways. It's got this really nice look to it. Sorry, I know this is a little crowded. I've got a lot of things on the desk at the moment. I know this video is going to be long because I just had to change my battery. So that means I'm already gobbering too much. Gobbering on. Okay, that's got to trim a little more. And I also think I don't want this piece. So let's cut up here. And then down here. Get rid of all that. Does that fit? Yeah, it does. Okay, so let's turn that into a tag shape. And then I'll add a focal point from this maybe. And then I need to back it as well. I think I want to use this flower. My kids are upstairs doing acrobatics or something, so if you hear them, that's what that is. My son fell asleep in the car while we were picking up my daughter tonight, and so he's had like a pre-nap before bedtime, which is never a good thing. It's going to be keeping us up tonight, I think. That's okay though. I think my sleep's a little funny now that I had a day of resting. It always makes me feel like I felt tired, so I rested, but then I feel kind of like I've slept too much, or I've rested, just not been active enough, and then it takes my like body a few days to kind of get back that circadian rhythm, normal kind of way of going about life. All right, is there anything on here we can add to this that would be cute? Trying to find the right thing. Maybe the wooden would be kind of cool. Yeah. And it's only Monday, but like I'm excited to have the weekend. I really want to do something this weekend. I have to find something to do. I've also got to try to like do some planning for March break. I don't know what we want to do. We keep trying to figure out like what something for March break would be good to do. All right. And I think just a little bit of ink. That's a little dark. Oh, I think I had used that with my scorched timber instead of my vintage photo. I don't want it to be that dark. Let's just do the edge first. Get rid of the darkest of the ink, and then we'll go over the white on the floral. That's better. Not so dark. I need to separate my daubers for those two browns. Okay, so that's good for there. That fits in there. And that's done. Now I just need one more little bit for in here. And I'm thinking What about using a piece of this? Would that be cute? I think it would be. Let's do that. Like make like a kind of a freeform journal card. Can I fit that in here? Yeah, perfect. Right about that width. Yeah, I think right there. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's great. Okay. So then we just have to back it because it's got all this weird stuff on the back. I've noticed that like all the major fast food chains, not that like I frequent them or anything, but I've noticed this just in commercials and when we've stopped, because there's been times on the road sometimes we stop. My son has a very picky diet. I think I've mentioned that. So sometimes he will eat like a Happy Meal, and that's fine if he's had one of those kind of picky days. So they've all gone to like using paper toys instead of plastic, pretty much, from what I can determine. Because I saw the other day on TV that Wendy's, I think it was, or Burger King, I can't remember what fast food chain, some fast food chain. I don't frequent like that kind of thing, but they were advertising like, you know, paper games and things like that. Like they're using like the same advertising they usually use. Like typically they, you know, the toys that they offer in children's meals or things will be something to do with like whatever movies are current or something, but like they seem to be still doing that, but now it's a paper toy. So I like that because it's a lot less plastic. I always think about, you know, I just backed the wrong side of this, didn't I? Oh my gosh, guys. Somebody call a doctor. What's wrong with me? It's because it was sitting in front of me. I'm like, I'm just getting the job done for the next project, right? That was all planned. But yeah, it's kind of cool to think that, like, you know, large companies will start to do things in a way that will make such a big difference. Because I think about all that plastic, like, and I don't think, you know, like back, I think in the 80s and 90s when, like, nowadays we see things like McDonald's toys that are collectible and stuff. Like, I don't think, well, I know that they don't have a lot of value in terms of like collectibles from that time. They actually don't have much value. You may be able to sell most McDonald's toys for like a couple dollars. There's odd ones that will fetch a little more, but like nothing outrageous in terms of like the toy collecting world. And I think nowadays things are so much more mass produced, and also like their luster is a lot less like lasting because people's attention spans are a lot shorter nowadays. That I don't think that the love will be there for all that old plastic. Kind of like, you know, the way that people look at toys from the 80s with some kind of nostalgia. I don't think that the nostalgia will be the same. I mean, honestly, a lot of what we see coming out these days is like a remake of things anyways. Like Garfield is being remade, you know, it's like the same kind of thing, right? So I don't think it's going to have a lot of like value. Let's just add another little tag. We'll use another little piece of this bit. Just this little specimen tag. My dog is barking at squirrels again. Oh my goodness. My dog has become a little wild barking at squirrels, although he's scared of them, which is funny. He won't actually go near them, but he's in the house. He wants to tell them how upset he is with them, but then if he's outside, he doesn't even try to chase them or anything. He's actually like more timid of them than anything. And it's something weird to do, I think, with their tails. So I think squirrels do some kind of communication with their tails. I don't know, but I think this is my theory, because I see them like the whole thing now is we have a lot of squirrels in our backyard. So there's like 4 of them usually that all come around the same time in the morning, and they all get a little bit like feisty with one another. So you see them doing this thing, like their tail will be straight, but then they'll really quickly like wiggle it like this. And like when they do that, my dog just, it sends some kind of signal to his brain, and he's a beagle. So he's just like, you know, they insulted me. Like, did you see that? They insulted me. So he is trying to deal. Just doing a little red ink around the edge because I think that'll be cute. I like it with the lined paper on that one side. I really like blue lined paper with the red, that one red line. It's just kind of nostalgic to old, you know, paper. There we go. Yeah. Red, red. Oh, we need some on this side. Little red. Okay. All right. Well, that was a lot of work, but I had a lot of fun making it, and it used a lot of stuff, right? So that's a fun little folio, I think. You know, just cute, cute, cute. Good for tucking in the front of a journal, like a little folio. Okay, so that's done. Now let's whip through the rest of this. Let's put our aprons on and get through it. So the first thing I want to do is this, because I like this image, and I think I just want to make something pretty simple with it, because it doesn't need a whole lot. So let's do a trim. I'm going to keep this little bit here. That's a good little piece of fodder for my fodder. Putting that in my fodder. Then I'll trim that. And then I'm going to use this, actually, I think, as the backing for this. Because on the back, all it says is draw your ideas. And I kind of think that's cool. And for me, this is really about just like using up this paper, because it was stuffed in my basket. And it needs to just get used up. Oops, I keep doing this where I take my glue stick and instead of setting it on the bottom, I set it sticky side down. Because they're both white, so like if you're not really looking head on, you kind of, I don't know. I'm a little bit of a calamity right now. Although I finished so much stuff this like past week at work, I'm feeling so much more like I can breathe. Whew. It has been just a crazy like couple weeks. Okay, so that is good as is. I think I will just, I'm gonna round the corners on this because it's a corner rounding kind of day. And I'll probably stitch some fabric to the top, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I won't. That's done. Now we have this beautiful piece of red paper. Do I have any good, worthwhile kind of stuff that I could add to it? Most of what I have, I don't think it really goes that I've got printed. Just looking through my paper dolls and things. I don't think, nope, not the kind of stuff I need for this. Let me just pull, sorry, I know I'm probably pulling too much stuff forward here. Nope. What else do I have in here? He's cute. I need to print more dolls, paper dolls and things. Oh, here's somebody who might work. That might work. she could work. That's kind of more up the alley that I'm looking for at the moment. This, or this. This maybe. Okay. So, I'm going to glue her down to the bottom on the side here. And then I'm going to fold, I think, yeah, I'm going to fold that. Like I said, it's a corner rounding day. There we go. That's good. And do I have some good bit of book spine? Up here, and I want to, I hope there are staples in here. I think there are. Yeah, good. Actually, I'll use two staples. Okay, and I'll cover that at the back because I can't deal with those kind of staples. Now, what I'll do is, did I get glue all over this? Not here, I didn't. Go to here. Clip that a little more. How much more does that need? About 3 more of those off. There we go. Just ink around this. Okay. And we'll glue that over those staples on the back, and that just says notes. And it's just a cute little, like, I guess a mini folio, you know, just a simple little brochure style thing. And then on the back I'll add another little label, so maybe this one. And it says 1930. Okay. Fun. Done. All right. So this, I think, is done. Get rid of these scraps. This I want to do something with. And then these. Okay, we don't have too much to go, actually. I'm not doing as badly as I thought. We're okay. We're okay. Oh, yeah, I forgot that I backed that. I was going to put that in the folio, and I completely forgot. But that's okay. So let's start with this. I backed it. You know, I think I would like it just even a bit as a journal card, but I want to trim it a little more. Oh, and I still have that too. Let's not forget that. So can I straighten this out here and cut those tabs off the edge? Good. Okay. Is this the 1/2 inch side? Yeah. Corners. That's fine. Yeah, I like that as a journal card, just as is. It's just got a lot of nice greenery. But you know, it does have a lamp there, and I do have, I'm going to add this to the back of it because I've got this little lamplight label. And it's relevant to the lamp. Okay, so I'll add that down here. Then we need ink. And I want to make this a little grungy on the back. There we go. That's better. Okay. So that's that one. Get rid of this glue page, then get into this collage board here. Let's cut it into pieces. Get the glue out of the way. Okay, I just want to trim this edge a little because I think it's crooked. That's better. So now we have two bases. I'm going to reach for, oh, he's cute. He's a little small though. He could work on that one. We have two of them. Let's use them. Okay. So I've got this little bird in hand label. I'll use that for one of them. And then maybe we'll use the tarnished label on the other one. Just in the interest of, you know, using this stuff up. That's what we're here to do. Use up my stash, please. Okay. So that can go there. This here. And then I need some grungy book spine. Ooh, that's nice on that side even. Could that lay there and then have him on top of it. We're clearly going to need to do some inking, but that would be a really cool, yeah, let's work on that. Okay, so maybe I'll try to take some of the bulk off of here. There's like this dry glue, right? I want to try to take some of this dry glue off. You peel up this, because I can use this somewhere else. Let's get all that gunky glue off the back, because that'll just add thickness on our work that we don't need. There's all sorts of layers of paper on book spines and old glue too. So get rid of all that. Then we'll have a better surface for gluing with glue from this decade. Unfurl the corner here. All right. Now I need to ink this up. Okay, and we'll do this one here too, because I know I'm not going to want those white edges. So I'll apologize if today's video is long, but I'm telling you, this is therapy. I need this time to just relax and do this. And then after this, it'll be time for getting my daughter ready for bed. So we get to, she usually reads me 2 books while I try not to fall asleep. I was saying to her, you know, remember when I said to you, when I read to you every night, that soon it's going to be you reading to me and I'll be the one falling asleep. And now we've reached that stage. We're there. So she said, but you'll still read to me though too, right, Mom? And I said, oh yeah, of course. That's what it's all about. All right, so that one is done. Do we want to make it into maybe a tag? I think so. I might make it into a tag. I need to back it though. I'm going to back it first. Now this one, you know, like the whole tag or like this background itself, it's really like good for this already. I feel like I don't need a whole lot to kind of build on, but I am going to add a big chunk of grungy book spine because it's me, and you know, I have to have my grungy book spine. It just brings me happiness. So I'll glue this on here, and it will break up that line anyways, which is good. And then I'll add the bird in hand. Right there. I need to add a little more glue on the edge of that. Smoosh that down. And then we'll glue this guy on. Okay. I might as well use this little bit too. Be right there would be good. Okay, so now we need to back these with some paper. And I've got all of this like packaging, so let's try to use some packaging paper. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. That's a big ear right there. I think it's going to be a few days of coughing, unfortunately. So if my videos are a little bit less this week, it's because I've decided I need to just take it a little easy. We all have weeks like that, you know? And I think it's important to not, like, put too much on yourself. Although I am guilty sometimes of still just putting too much on myself, and I don't know. I think like these days, it's, we don't realize just how much extra we're doing. Because it used to just be like, you know, you worked and you did what you had to do for your kids and your home and all that. But like, I think social media and the internet in general, you know, it's added a lot of extra work. Just, you know, always being connected. Or for those of us like me, you know, where you're a creator and you want to like work on your stuff, your art, your channel. But you have to remember that the word work is there for a reason. It is fun, but there's work involved too. There's a lot of like, you know, admin type stuff you got to consider that you have to do. There's a little bit of that glue. Let's get rid of that. So I try to, at least when I'm under the weather a little or whatever, I try to give myself that little bit of time to just breathe. I wasn't going to do Tuesday 10 this week, but I really wanted to. It It wasn't so much like it felt like work, it's just kind of felt like I just would like that time to just do some paperwork. The fun kind of paperwork. Okay, yeah, those are great. So I'll stitch around those. So that doesn't leave us with too much. It leaves me with this, this, and these. So I think what I'll do, I'm going to probably call that a video because like I think we've been here for quite a while. And like these things, these 2 pages, actually all this, with exception to this. So this will go in my scraps, but every other thing here, I'm going to cut these swatches out, I think, and all of it's going to go in my ephemera folder because I don't really, you know, these aren't like whole pages that I can use for one project, but at least like they're here and they're on the top of my pile and I'll deal with them tomorrow. And yeah, I will do something with them. I mean, this would also be good as a thing on its own. I don't know. Do I have like a nice, maybe, you know what? While I'm here, why don't I use this? I just feel like I want to use this. Some part of me is like, this is cheating. Okay, so yeah, this is really cute. And I had that really adorable paper doll that would have been very cute on here. Where did he go? There he is. There he is. This bunny friend I feel like would be really cute on here. So let's add him. And that'll be like a watercolor painting like card. So what I'll do, I'll go do my stitching and then I'll do a little tidy. For you it'll be like 2 seconds and then I'll come back and show you what we made. And that will be the end of this Tuesday 10. We'll have done something. That doesn't go where I would use it, but it doesn't really go. Well, I don't know. If I cut that out, would it go cute there? Because it is the reds. Let me see. I think it would be a cute little back pocket on there. Let's see. Oh, totally. That really goes well, actually. Boop, boop, boop. This is how we get things done, guys. Okay. So I'll do stitching and I will come right back. Okay, stitching is done and we made 7 pieces today. So first is this journal card or pocket, maybe journal card. Then first tag and second tag. Stitched on those. Then this little card that came in at the end of the day with a little pocket in the back. And then our folio, of course, that, you know, took up all of the time in this video pretty much, but I love it. I think it is so cute and fun. I love these little experiment kind of, you know, busy things because they're fun. This simple but fun journal card where we just let the image be, you know, and then this little brochure. I stitched this on just because I felt like it. It's cute. So that is Tuesday 10. Thank you for listening and being here with me while I did all this work. And hopefully you found something fun that will inspire you to just take some kind of relaxing creative time and use the things you have in your studio. And until next time, have a great day. Bye for now.